I'm going to show you the top stretches to improving your posture. And stick around until the end of the video because I'm going to show you my favorite stretch. So stick around for that bonus stretch. Hi, my name is Sophia from Sophitlife. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate the support. And if you'd like to see more videos about meditation, exercise, and nutrition, be sure to comment down below. If you are someone that is looking for more help to reduce your stress and anxiety, feel free to check down in the description box below for our 3 free steps to reducing stress and anxiety training video. The first thing that I like to do is roll my shoulders up, back, and holding it for 5 seconds or for a few seconds, and then I release. It's not necessarily what kind of stretches are better. It's more depending on the time of the day. So if it's early in the morning, you would definitely want to roll your shoulders and start moving them around. And the reason why you want to make sure that you're pulling your shoulders up, down, and back is because a lot of times we begin to slouch. So it's really important to strengthen and stretch this part of your chest and your shoulders as well, so that you're maintaining a neutral position and a neutral spine. Like I was saying before, if you're at the end, let's say you're at the desk and toward the end of the day, you would just want to hold this position here, bring your neck back, and hold it for at least 10 to 20 seconds. If you're about to do a workout and you just want to get a quick warm-up in, you really want to make sure that you're moving, warming up your body, getting that blood flow going. Excuse me. And I always like to go from head to toe when I stretch myself. The next stretch to improve your posture is to open up your chest, and you're going to go ahead and interlace your fingers behind your back and lock out your elbows. For some of you, it may be just difficult to interlace your fingers. So if you're only there, then that's totally fine. Just stay there. But if you feel you can go into a deeper stretch, make sure that you're locking out your elbows and your triceps. And if you want to get a deeper stretch, bringing that neck back. And as you begin to progress, you'll be able to fold forward and lift your arms towards the ceiling or the sky. And of course, that's going to take practice. When I first did this one, I could barely grab my fingers and my hands. I could barely lock out my elbows. But over the course of the years of practicing the stretch, I've been able to progress and become better within the stretch. And then the next thing, which is the most easiest thing to do for your posture, is to stretch out your hamstrings all the way up to your mid-upper back, towards your neck. So the whole idea of this is not necessarily to touch your toes. You want to make sure that your feet are together, your knees are touching the soles of your feet, and the balls of your feet are touching as well as your heels. And you want to make sure that you're either pointing your toes or you're flexing them. And you can also go ahead and breathe in, and the whole idea is to arch your back and then fold forward. I need to work on this stretch, as you can see. And then now that I'm able to fold forward, I bring my chin and I tuck it into my chest, and that allows me to feel the stretch from my calves all the way up to through my spine, all the way up through my spine to my neck. So to make this one a little bit more challenging as well, and a little bit of deeper stretch, we can transition and move this progression into bringing our hands behind our back. And then we're going to slowly fold forward and lift up. Of course, this is a little bit of an advanced yoga stretch. So if you're just here only, then that's totally fine. Everybody is going to be at their own pace. You're going to be at your level when it comes to your yoga practice. Everyone is different. I may be a little bit more flexible in my hamstrings. You may be a little bit more flexible in your shoulders, or vice versa. So, excuse me, just letting you know that there's a progression to all of this, okay? And then, once you're able to go from this stretch, I'd like to bend my knees and bring myself into a butterfly pose. I'm going to go ahead and grab my ankles or my feet, and I'm going to pull my ankles up, and again, straightening out my back. And you notice how I'm engaging my traps. I'm not just here relaxed. I'm trying to keep my spine erect. So I'm holding the position here, and then I'm going to hold it for about 10 seconds. When you hold a certain position of a stretch and you flex your muscles, this is going to allow me to progress in my stretch further than normally just, than just having it relaxed here. And so you're going to be able to progress more if you're able to hold the position in place in an isometric position. And then you're going to, again, arch your back, pull yourself using your hands, gripping onto your ankles, and folding forward. And the reason why this stretch is going to allow you to have better posture is because you're practicing that flexion of your back and as well opening up your hips. And a lot of times our hips get tight, so we begin to arch our back. You might develop a hyperextension in your lower back. So that's why it's really important to keep a neutral, straight posture. Again, my camera turned off. So now you're going to sit in crisscross applesauce and come onto all fours. And we're going to transition into cat-cow. So you're going to breathe in and breathe out. And of course, being able to arch your back or fold forward is very important. But also this motion of arching your back is very important for posture because of the fact that you want to be able to gain more full range of motion there in your back, in your mid-back. And also really pushing through the ground and opening up that chest. And you may hear some cracking right now, but that's totally normal. All right, and now the next stretch that we will come into is down dog. So this is going to be really good for your posture as well because you're going to be able to lengthen your back and just find yourself moving side to side. And really go side to side, bending one knee, then bending the other. You can definitely follow along to this video. And then you're going to slowly bring that foot forward. If you have trouble, just go ahead and grab onto your ankle and do so. And we're going to put our left hand up against our we're going to put our left hand up against our left knee. And we're going to do a spinal twist. Remember, make sure that you're really cinching in and pulling and leaning into that back leg so you can feel the stretch in your hip flexor right here where I'm palpitating. And then you're going to twist and hold it here. If you're doing a cool down or before bed, but let's say you're going to warm up before a workout, you would want to move into the stretch. Or you can follow along with me. Do this about 5 to 10 times or however much your body feels like it needs. Whew. And now we're going to go ahead and sit on our heels. This stretch is really great for posture as well because of the fact that we're constantly driving, sitting at our desk, and we're constantly sitting in a flexion position with our quads and an extension position with our hamstrings. See, now, as you can see right now, I'm in an extension position with my quads because I'm extending my quads. If you're just right here, then that's totally fine, or if you're a little bit higher than that, you're at your own practice. So you want to just make sure that you're sitting here, and this is going to allow you to have better posture because of the fact that your quads are probably stronger, but they lack range of motion and flexibility. They're very tight. And vice versa with your hamstrings. Most people's hamstrings, you're probably one of those people, is that your hamstring is more flexible than your quad, but it's probably a little bit weaker. So that's why you need to balance those imbalances out and go ahead and sit like this. And if this is already easier for you and you're already at an intermediate or advanced position in your practice, then that's great. So then what you're going to do is bring your hands behind you. But if you feel like you can get into a deeper stretch, then you can lift your glutes like me. If this is already this position or a little bit higher, a deep stretch for you, just stay in this position. And then you're going to be able to come and lower down. You don't have to do this if you can't right now, but you'll eventually be able to work up to this. And then you bring your arms back. I love to do this because it really opens up my chest as I challenge myself to bring my front of my arms to the ground, to open up that chest. And then you want to slowly come up because you want to be careful on your back. Alright, so those are really the main stretches. And now for the bonus stretch. So thank you so much for watching towards the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching until the middle end of the video, because I'm now going to show you my favorite stretch that I feel like a lot of people, and you might be one of those people, which is totally okay. I was one of those people as well that was kind of like didn't really know about this stretch. I was like thinking, you know, like it was a stretch that I didn't think that was as important. I didn't really know about it. So it's called Cobra. If you're familiar with some basic yoga, it's one of the most important stretches in yoga. Beginner or basic stretches that most people in yoga know. So you're going to put your hands right here, and then you're just going to cinch your hips forward and look up to the sky. And you want to roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Again, the similar posture that we did in the beginning of this, kind of to help you warm up. And then you're going to look up and really going to arch your back, really opening up that chest. And then you're going to arch your back and round it, and we're going to come into child's pose. Child's pose is a really great pose to allow yourself to recover, rest, and catch your breath. And then you're just going to roll your head like so onto the mat. And the mat really allows you to massage your head. Those are the main stretches that I'd highly recommend that you do. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes every day. If you really want to improve your posture, I would highly recommend that you do these stretches. They're really going to be helpful. And please feel free to share this video with a family, friend, or loved one that you feel will benefit from this. I really want to spread this message and make an impact for others so that they can see that it's really that simple to put in the actionable steps and stretches in order to improve your posture. It's really that simple. If you just put in at least 5 minutes a day into the stretches, it's really going to help you improve your posture. And I feel that a lot of people struggle with their posture, and I've struggled with it personally as well. I have scoliosis, so that's actually one of the things that has inspired me to do yoga, is because I've struggled with my own injuries as well. And so really anybody, even with injuries, can practice yoga, of course. Be safe with it and go at your own pace. I really want to talk to you guys. I really want to tell you that you want to make sure that you're going at your own pace when you're doing these stretches. Just because someone is able to go a little bit deeper into the stretch doesn't mean that you have to. If you already feel like you're as deep as you can go into the stretch, do not push yourself more than you feel like you can, because ultimately I do not want you to get injured. So if you feel like you're already at a deep stretch, then stay there and hold it. But if you feel like you can go deeper into the stretch, definitely do progressions that I showed you. But if not, stay in the modification that I showed you so that you can make sure that you're safe and prevent injury, because that's the most important thing. Because if you push yourself and you get a little bit egotistical, then what's the point? Because you're not going to be able to work out for a few weeks. You're going to injure yourself possibly, and it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to progress. And maybe you still could work out, but the problem is that you'll experience, you know, a lot of issues in the fact that there's going to be more obstacles to training around an injury. So that's why I highly recommend that good form is more important than ego lifting or ego stretching or whatever. Just listening to your ego is really not the way to go. Definitely this stretch I find myself doing a lot, and it has helped me tremendously over the years doing this stretch. As simple as it may seem, and you may think, oh, that doesn't really work, it really does, because instead of me slouching over, anytime that I begin to feel myself having the desire urge, which I don't anymore, but it's taken me months and years to have those results because I put in the work and the practice. But you really want to make sure that you're having that instead of subconsciously hunching over, you're practicing bringing your shoulders up, down, and back so that you're able to maintain a neutral posture. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. Again, I really appreciate your support, and I'm going to be here posting as much content as I possibly can in order to help you. And be sure to share this video with any family, friends, or loved ones that you feel will benefit from this. And you can check down just in the description below for our website or social medias, our 3 steps to reducing stress and anxiety-free video training. So stick around and stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys, thank you so much for watching.